Damn, man. Shield Hero this week really ended like that, huh? We really ended like that. Oh, that sucked. That was sad, man. Just looking at Naofumi's face made me so sad. Ah. But welcome back to the channel, guys. As you guessed it, we're here to talk about Shield Hero Season 2, Episode 8 today. And this is a good episode, you know? It was a bit of a slower episode, but it really felt like some of the highs of Season 1 were starting to come back. Seeing Naofumi as a merchant again this episode was really enjoyable. And man, what a freaking businessman he is. Let me tell you guys that. But let's just kind of get into our episode today because we got a decent amount to talk about. And yes, let's just get into it. So our episode begins with them leaving the compound that they all were teleported to at the beginning of at the end of last episode, actually, after they escaped the prison. Now, Kizuna, being back in the world that she was summoned to, suggests they go to the capital of her world called Sikul. But that's basically on the other side of the world for them. And on foot, it would take them probably 10 days to get there. And with them being able to sense where the waves are again, they don't have that much time. They only have 10 days until the waves. So in the meantime, she actually suggests that they go to the capital of the city that they're in right now called Mikakage. The enemy country, actually, that captured her and put her in the prison to begin with. And that's where we spend a lot of our time in this episode. She says in Mikakage that they have a dragon hourglass that, in their world, can actually teleport their cardinal heroes and their weapon vassal heroes to and fro places. So she suggests that they end up getting some money and using that to teleport all the way to Sikul, where she can get to the country that called her to this world, a familiar place for her that will surely be able to help them. And as they're walking through Mikakage, Naofumi realizes that the place looks a lot like Japan, and it really does. It looks identical to like any Japanese village. They even have the clothing, their money even looks the same, and he's curious. So she starts explaining to them actually about all the different races that are there. And we learn a little bit about Lilark and his crew, actually. We learn about Thresa's people, and we learn about Glass's people, too, and realize that she's actually a spirit person, where she can't get healed by, like, magic or anything. Magic is almost ineffective against her people, but they are very strong in terms of spirit energy. That's all they have. So because of that, they have big weaknesses, but big strengths too. It's kind of like a double-edged sword in a way. But as they're going through town and she's explaining that to them, they run across a posting on a wall that says that some strange person in this world, some random jabroni, has actually found a way to use the Dragon Hourglass to teleport people to and fro, something that only the heroes of that world should be able to do. So Naofumi and the gang are very leery about that, thinking that it might be the book heroes doing. So just keep that in the back of your mind, guys. While they're going through town, they decide that they need to make some money and level up while they're there. So we got the return of Merchant Naofumi in this episode. And guys, what a shrewd SOB, man, Naofumi. Just his business practices. I love it, man. It's great. He knows exactly what he's doing, how to make some money and flip a quick buck, man. One of my favorite parts of the episode is where he's doing an auction, selling the medicine he made, because it's revealed that he has a medicine that spirits love, actually, because it restores their SP, so spirits would pay anything for this kind of stuff. So he decides to sell that to make a quick buck, and just when he breaks most of them and is like, I have one left for everyone here, but it's gonna have to go triple in price, and that's just What a shrewd guy, man. Now, Merchant Naofumi is great. It's nice to see him back again, even in this new world. And as they're leveling up, him and Kizuna realize that their items, since they're from different worlds, do different things to them. So they start trading items with each other. And you see freaking little Raphtalia getting all pouty about it. You know how it is. And just her helping them just by being adorable, selling stuff, it works, man. That's why these companies use little mascots and all that to sell their products. It really draws people in. Even Kizuna was taken aback by how effective it was. It was quite funny, This episode really took some of the good moments of Shield Hero Season 1, and we got to see it again on display. So I'm very happy about that. So the next day, they actually gather in town because there's a big commotion, and it turns out that the person who found a way, or potentially found a way to make the Dragon Hourglass work without being a hero, has done that indeed. And they get a glimpse of this guy, and he gives off total douchebag energies. Like, they were worried it would be the book hero. It'd be Kyo all of a sudden that show up. But no, this guy, he's like total douchebag energy. He kind of reminds me of the sword hero from Naofumi's world. He kind of gives me that vibe, Kind of looking like a Sasuke kind of guy. But they see him, they get a glimpse of him, and they're leery of him right away. Naofumi even says he gives off the same kind of vibe as Kyo, so they want to avoid him at all costs. So that night, they actually decide to stay into an inn because there's a blizzard going on. But while they're in there, Raphtalia actually suggests that now is the perfect time for them to go to the Dragon Hourglass, because this is the time that they would least expect anyone to even attempt to go through that, through a blizzard, and through the fact that it was just discovered today about that fact with the Dragon Hourglass. So they immediately rush out to there, but as they get there, they actually realize it's a trap. They thought of it all along that someone would come and do it, and they set a trap for them. So as they're fleeing from the trap, Kizuna actually suggests that they go their separate ways because they're just having a bunch of guards following them all at once. So they decide to split up, with Naofumi and Raphtalia going one way, and Kizuna and Rishia going another. And as they're going through this place, Naofumi and Raphtalia do eventually find the hourglass, but they find the guy from earlier here as well, the supposed guy that figured out how to use it. He's there, and he actually set another trap for them, which Naofumi and Raphtalia easily break through. It's kind of a joke, honestly, as they break through this trap. And they actually do get to the Dragon Hourglass to where they can teleport. But right before they do, it is revealed that Kyo, this was a part of his plan all along, the book heroes. And just before they're about to teleport, he deactivates the teleport around Raphtalia, essentially meaning she can't go with them. And just the look on Naofumi's face, man, it really sucks. I was watching the episode like, no, not like this, Shield Hero. Don't do us like this. Because throughout the whole episode, we were getting little moments with Raphtalia, they were kind of setting something up like this, And she even says that when I became small, I thought I wouldn't be able to be of use to you anymore. But now at the end, I'm able to help you one last time. And, oh, that shit hurt, man. It hurt. He revealed that it was all part of his plan, the book hero. That was the reason he even kept Raphtalia with him to begin with, just so he can see the look of despair on his face when they get to this point and he has to leave her behind. And he says that he's going to bring her back to his lab to experiment on her. And man, the book hero, I gotta say, he might not be physically strong, but he's a ruthless, smart guy. He knows what he's doing. And our episode ends with Naofumi and the gang teleporting away, leaving Raphtalia behind. Just, I don't know, man. Like, Naofumi's going to want to rush back immediately. He's going to want to, but obviously he can't do that. Like, they have a time frame. with the waves actually approaching very soon, they don't really have the time to go back. Even with the Dragon Hourglass, like I feel like if they got back, they would just be stuck there. So they really don't have a choice but to leave her behind, and it was just really sad. And we still don't know where Philo is, by the way. She's still gone. They just decided, we don't want to pay her voice actor this week. We don't really want to animate a giant bird, so let's just take her out the story. But no, man, we had a good episode today. Seeing Naofumi as a merchant again was definitely the highlight. And just, seeing Raphtalia like that, man, really sucks, I'm very curious to know what happens after this point. Like I said, I'm sure the light novel readers are like, it gets really good. But, yeah, I want to know what you guys thought of this episode, I feel like Shield Heroes finally back on track now. Every episode, every week is just pretty enjoyable. We don't have anything that stands out as bad. And I'm just glad because I very much enjoy this series. And I know a lot of you guys do as well. So like I said, let me know what you guys think down below. And yeah, I think that'll be it for today's episode, Will we be able to save Raphtalia? I mean, probably. Let's be real. Probably by the end of the season, she'll be saved. But hey, tension. But I'll see you guys in the next one. So you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you then.